Welcome to the second set of the losers quarterfinals of the FnF Victory Road Draft League Season 2. This set is going to be between StarToad's team, Detroit Deinos, and Noob Scrub's team, which is Patch 3.0 Ivysaurs. This is, as you know, a best of 3 set, which means that the winner of the set needs to win 2 battles, not just one, to advance onto the losers semifinals. And it sure is going to be an exciting one due to that fact, and due to the fact that these are both really great trainers. So let's take a look at what we're looking at. We have the Mega Pokemon being Mega Gardevoir and Mega Venusaur respectively, both making a showing. And then in terms of Z Pokemon, we have Z Any Salamence, Z Attack Heatran on StarToad's team, and then we have Z Any Blissey on Noob Scrub's team. So this is sure to be exciting. We do have that Sand Core on Noob Scrub's team, Hippowdon and Stoutland being able to hit very nicely. It looks like that could be troublesome for StarToad, especially depending on what Stoutland's coverage moves are. We also have the rest of the team being incredibly bulky. Blissey, Mandibuzz, Celesteela, Mega Venusaur. It's going to be very hard to break through this team. StarToad bringing a little bit more of an offensive presence. Salamence, of course, with Moxie, it can get something going. Mega Gardevoir hitting extremely hard with that 165 special attack. Miss Magius being able to do some decent damage as well, especially depending on what coverage moves it has. Heatran and Crobat, and then of course Mamoswine, which is feared by many, especially due to that amazing stab combination. So we're going to jump in and see how this battle goes, and I hope that it's a good one. I think that Noob Scrub probably going to start with Hippowdon to get rocks up. Nothing looks like it could one-shot Hippowdon easily. StarToad, I'm thinking maybe starting with actually Mega Gardevoir maybe. It does look like right off the bat it has a nice matchup versus pretty much everything except Celesteela and maybe Mandibuzz. But we have Boots with a Fur, the Heatran versus Venusaur, the Mega Venusaur. Heatran now free to set up Stealth Rocks if it desires. Venusaur, of course, can do some damage, especially if it has Earthquake, so Heatran will have to be careful. But Hippowdon comes in, that Sandstream is now up, and Stealth Rock is now up as well. Hippowdon does have an advantage in this matchup, and Heatran will be scared off, but it looks like it isn't scared off. The Z move hits, it's a Bloom Doom, and it takes down Hippowdon in one shot. The score is now 6-5. Really effective use of Heatran. Stoutland is coming in to take advantage of that sand before it goes away. This could be a very difficult Pokemon to deal with. It looks like Whole Club was the Miss Magius comes in, and Stopping Tantrum misses due to the Levitate on Miss Magius, but a Crunch will still hit extremely hard. Great prediction by StarToad. Ice Fang hits, dealing decent damage, and the Energy Ball is going to bring Stoutland down to 45%. Not sure why he went with the Energy Ball, considering it doesn't really hit anything. Maybe it doesn't. Miss Magius doesn't have any coverage moves that are stronger to hit Stoutland with. Miss Magius now down to 28%, so Stoutland can take it out, but it's not going to want to take another Energy Ball, as it also takes some damage from Life Orb, I believe. The Ice Fang takes out Miss Magius, and Life Orb indeed brings it down to 36%. There's still 3 more turns left of Sandstorm. We might see Mamoswine come into Ice Shard Stoutland. That might be enough to take it out. Or actually Mega Gardevoir to pick up the Sand Rush ability with Trade. Oh wait, no, but it's Mega, not regular. Never mind. We do know that Stoutland has Stomping Tantrum and Ice Fang, which will hit pretty much everything on StarToad's team. It is a very big force in this battle. Once it goes down, StarToad will have an easier time, and it's going to turn into more of a breaking through stall kind of battle instead of dealing with the sand offense from Stoutland. Looks like Crobat is the one who comes in with the Fur, the Crobat. This could be a Stall Breaker Crobat with Super Fang to deal with Celesteela. Not sure if Noob Scrub's going to want to keep Stoutland in. it is on really low HP, and that sand is running out, so Stoutland is going to be a far less useful later in the match. Looks like Return does massive damage, taking Crobat down to 22%, 14% after the Brave Bird, and then 8% after the sand. So Crobat is barely hanging on here, and the score is now 5-4. I think we'll see Celesteela maybe come in to try to pick off Crobat and get that Beast Boost to his defense or special defense. But Crobat looks like it's going to be very comfortable right now, especially if it has Roost. Celesteela does come in, and Crobat goes for the Roost. Can Celesteela take it down? Celesteela actually goes for the Leech Seed, probably predicting that Roost and trying to restore some HP, but now that Crobat is at 52%, it can Roost again. Super Fang's going to do decent damage, and Heavy Slam brings Crobat down. I think that Startoad really needed to go for a Roost again to go back up to full HP. Celesteela regaining a little HP from the Leech Seed, but it doesn't get the Beast Boost from taking out Crobat due to the fact that Leech Seed was actually the thing that took out Crobat. In comes Boots with the Fur, the Heatran. I think we'll see Blissey come in, but Mamoswine is actually the one who comes in, and Celesteela is going to protect Scout, and Apple Bottom Jeans, the Heatran, the Mamoswine is here. Kind of awkward situation for Mamoswine now because it doesn't want to get hit by a Heavy Slam. When planning around Celesteela, you have to plan multiple Pokemon to take it down. And it will also be really hard for Startoad to take down Venusaur unless... Well, actually, no. There's still Mega Gardevoir and Salamence, so never mind. Crobat being lost isn't too much of a loss for him. The battle has been pretty offensive so far. 4 Pokemon lost in 10 turns, but it is about to move closer to a standstill now that the 4 most defensive Pokemon on Noob Scrub's team are present. It actually looks like Celesteela might not have leftovers. So Mamoswine going for that Icicle Crash on Celesteela. Yeah, Celesteela not restoring its health from leftovers, which is interesting considering Noob Scrub does really like to run leftovers on Celesteela. It might have a Wakan Berry then to reduce the damage from electric type moves. And the flinch from Icicle Crash is going to come in clutch for Mamoswine. That could have been a vital turn with Heavy Slam not being able to hit Mamoswine. One more Icicle Crash will be enough to take down Celesteela. Does 42%. Celesteela once again scouts out the move. It is Icicle Crash. Looks like Noob Scrub getting a little bit of deja vu from the Icicle Crash flinch. It is 30% chance to flinch, so it is pretty reliable in getting flinches. Down Celesteela goes for 3 score, and in comes Venusaur. It is going to be a lot harder to take down Startoad. The Icicle Crash doing 38% to Venusaur, who also flinches. This indeed could very well be a Alolan Sandslash round 2. Another Icicle Crash, but the Giga Drain is going to allow Venusaur to restore its health to 57% as Mamoswine sits at 22%. Mamo looking really, really valuable for taking out Mandibuzz, so switching out into Heatran is going to cause Giga Drain to barely restore any HP as Heatran sits pretty comfortably. A Flamethrower brings Venusaur down to 18%, who goes for the Leech Seed, but it does miss. And now Venusaur is looking very uncomfortable versus this Heatran. It's possible we might see Blissey come in to try and sponge some of those special hits from Heatran. Indeed we do. Blissey is here, and the Flamethrower not going to do that much damage. Only 20% to Blissey, who does have leftovers recovery and the ability to use Protect. Most likely, that is. So in comes Salamence. Looking at her, the Salamence. A Seismic Toss is going to bring Salamence down to 72%, now 78%. and this is Salamon's chance to set up. Blissey might have the secret Ice Beam. Blissey is not completely passive. It can do some damage to quad weak Pokemon, so that's something that Startoad is going to have to take into consideration. The Substitute is now up, and the Wish is up for Blissey as well. Of course, Blissey can use Seismic Toss to break Substitutes, and Mandibuzz comes in. Here's the Dragon Dance from Salamence as Mandibuzz gets back to 100% HP. Mandibuzz does have access to Whirlwind, however, so Salamence might not be sitting so comfortable versus Mandibuzz. The Dragon Claw still does pretty decent damage, 39%, and there's that Foul Play taking down Salamence's Substitute as it faces Mandibuzz. Will Salamence go for... No, it actually can't go for the Z move because Heatran already used one. If Startoad could somehow get Mega Gardevoir in to use Hyper Voice and Psyshock to take out the rest, this could be a favorable matchup for him, but the struggle he might have is bringing it in safely. Another Dragon Claw brings Mandibuzz down to 28% as that Foul Play takes down Salamence. You might see Gardevoir come in now. Salamence at 34%. And actually, Mamoswine is the one who comes in. Of course, Mandibuzz is not going to want to be hit by an Icicle Crash. And nothing could really switch into Icicle Crash either. Icicle Crash does take down Mandibuzz, and the score is now 3-2 with Blissey coming in. An Icicle Crash will hit Blissey really hard, but Superpower is actually the move that Mamoswine goes for, taking down Blissey. And the last Pokemon is Venusaur, sitting at 6% HP. Mamoswine with its attack reduced, but the Ice Shard is enough to take out Venusaur, and the score is now 3-0. Well, the score is 3-0, a victory for Startoad and the Detroit Dinos over Noob Scrub. And Patch 3.0 Ivysaur is a pretty short game considering it was Noob Scrub bringing a lot of his defensive mons, but it does look like Mamoswine was able to do massive damage to a lot of the Pokemon on his team, and it was pretty much faster than I thought it would go. So really intense battle. 3-0 victory for Startoad. He needs one more win to be able to move on to the losers semifinals. Noob Scrub is going to have to win one game if he wants to bring this to a game 3. Stay tuned and see what happens next. This is Noel from Sun and Friendly, and I'll see you then.